with the educated opinion on topics of all varieties. This your boy Bubba, and you already know what I'm about to say, right? You are listening to Bubba's Banter. Yo, what's good, y'all? Motherfucking boy. I ain't gotta say no names right. But I am anyway. It's your boy Bubba, and you are watching Bubba's Banter. I hope you guys are living well, feeling well, and I'm doing great. So there's that. Anyways, so today I am doing a review video, y'all. A review video. Yes, I told you guys earlier in my show, my first season that my first show. I'm already fucking up because you know what? One of the things that I will say as a YouTuber now, what I'm trying to learn is realizing like there's like I have my whole setup. I have my ring lights going, I have my two screens, and I'm probably gonna keep reiterating this over and over and over. How distracting it is to be able to like try to look at the camera, try to look at the screens, look at the fucking ring lights are blinding you and almost like making you sweaty. So just bear with your boy, okay? I have to like say that because like maybe I'm in my Beyonce era, and so like everything I want to do is perfection, but it's not gonna be perfection. But anyways, NT ways. Um, I'm recording from home too, so I just want to say that I'm recording from home, so there's a lot of distractions. I got noisy ass neighbors and things of that sort. Like, so it's just like it's hard to actually go on and record shows. Like, I need to. My next investment is getting a studio and like building a studio and building things up so where like I don't have to have like noisy shit. Like when I'm in a studio, it's just me in the studio or whoever my guests are going to be in the studio. I work really good with my podcaster pro to make sure that I got the good, accurate sound to make sure that I sound really good on my mic, things of that sort. So there's that. I don't know why I'm explaining so much of what's going on in my environment on my review video. But anyways, like I told you guys, I've been wanting to do review videos and reaction videos and other videos, but right now I'm doing a review video, right? And today I want to talk about Jerrod Carmichael. Yes, this is what I want to talk about. I am so excited to talk about this today because the first episode like captured me. Like I cannot wait to continue on watching this throughout the series. So, if you don't know who Jerrod Carmichael is a actor, comedian, writer. Um, he has been in several movies like what Neighbors. I think he was in Transformers the last night. He also had like a sitcom that ran through 2015 to 2017 called The Carmichael. It was like kind of like a semi autobiography type of sitcom called The Carmichael Show. So Jerrod Carmichael, if you don't know his type of comedic performance, he likes to kind of like push the envelope. He kind of likes to tackle those controversial like conversations and and what I'm trying to say, topics of all varieties, right? Yeah, I have to put that in there. So he likes to tackle those hard topics a lot, and he comes at them with such a like sharp wit and funny, and I think he's a funny guy. I don't know. I haven't watched too much of his stand-ups, but I know who he is, and I've seen various various like you know skits and comedic performances from him throughout YouTube and social media. So I know who he is, and I'm just kind of excited to see what this reality show is about because I know it's going to be good. Just because I think that the reality show talks about a lot of things outside of just him as a comedian, but like his lifestyle, how he lives. If you don't know that he is a homosexual, he's one of the girls. One of the girls, okay? I think he's one of the girls. Um, no, he is one of the girls though. So throughout this reality show, he's talking about a lot of stuff. One of the things that he's talking about is his relationship with his family and how he's not talking to his family, and it's just kind of awkward. I don't know if you haven't seen the trailer, but get on YouTube, type in Jerrod. I don't know why I can't call. I keep wanting to give him Jamal because he look like a Jamal. He don't look like a Jerrod. He look like a Jamal. Um, but Jerrod Carmichael reality show, and it would pop up. The trailer would pop up. Should be, and there's a lot of gossip going on about it right now. Um, so this first episode, awkward, awkward. Like I don't want to show y'all the clip, but I'm gonna play it because I feel like I'm gonna play some of the audio. Him explaining to the crowd about what's going on.
I fell in love with my best friend. One out of 10, don't recommend it. I knew I had to tell him. Things started getting kind of weird between us. I had like these feelings.
Yeah. So if y'all don't know who Tyler the Creator is, that's who he's talking about. So he fell in love with his best friend. He fell in love with Tyler the Creator, who was his best friend. And throughout the episode, they kind of go through like this um timeline of like him getting ready to go to the Emmys, him hooking up, like getting on Grinder and hooking up and shit and all this stuff, and meeting his childhood friend and this other guy who goes by Anonymous, and I'll show you a picture of him in a second. Um, and then then they go into the actual scene where Tyler comes on and have a conversation with him about this. And so throughout this review, I really want to touch on that specific like scene because I related to that scene so much. And I was just like, I really want to talk about that show so much. So yeah. So some of the things that I found unique, one of the things that I did not like, and I'm going to show y'all, was this: girl, stand up. Sir, 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 stand up. Stand the fuck up. And no, it's not because he's kissing a white man's feet. I just think feet are dirty. I just think feet are nasty. I don't care how you know what? I probably shouldn't judge him because I like eating ass. If we're gonna be vulnerable, like I like groceries. Okay, eat the booty like groceries, right? Yeah. I shouldn't even say that on here. Like that's so bad to say, but like you know what I'm saying. Like we all like our thing, but feet is just sickening to me. Like I just don't see myself putting feet in my mouth. So that was one thing that was like, girl, stop it. And then like he had the whole like he's hooking up with guys. You know what? Oh, I'm gonna keep going. No, I'm gonna say it. He is trying so hard to make himself look like the regular degular type of guy, and I think that's what this reality show is kind of giving to me is that he wants to show that he is a regular degular guy because he was like doing grinder hookups with no fucking face picture, just torso. And guys, these two dudes actually met up with him because of that. Like he was making himself look like a regular, normal gay guy. And in some retrospective, I get it. Like he is famous, and so he's kind of like want to keep himself like kind of like discreet, but not discreet. But like, come on. 'Cause, I mean, screenshots are a thing nowadays. And if somebody wants to see your booty or dick pics or whatever, I'm pretty sure they can screenshot it or screen record. I do think that Grinder have kind of like stopped that like like unable you to be able to screenshot like your private messages now. I think I know for a fact that you cannot screenshot any of the private albums. Yeah, you can't screenshot anything on the private albums, and don't ask me how I know. 'Cause no, I did not screenshot. Someone told me about that. Okay, but I think that's a good thing, and I get it in his perspective of like why he would like cover his face up because it's like I'm a famous motherfucker. Like they're coming over to get the dick, or you not, or whatever. Cool. So I get why he did it. Okay, I understand it. I'm not hating on it, but yeah. But there was another person that was very intriguing to me, and that was this cat right here. Let me show you guys him too. Was his friend Anonymous. Anonymous kind of like freaked me out because I was like, girl, you walked up in here with a motherfucking like ski mask and goggles, bitch. Like, are you about to rob him? Like, it was weird when I first saw him because I thought it was a joke, but it's like a serious thing. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna play a little sound bite because again, I don't want to get sued. I don't know how things be working on these social media things, but I'm gonna play you guys a little sound bite again from this show, and this is what his friend said. And I'm masked up. Yeah, I'm not exposing myself to this shit. Well, none of this is. Dude, this is not a neutral eye. This is not truth. This is narrative that will be edited by someone where the editing will all be choices. That's not true. Like, and I have no access to that. So I'm like, fuck that. You don't get any of me. I'm trying to self Truman show myself, like trying to let cameras be what like God is. It's exhibitionist. Yep. Yeah, but what's wrong with that? There's public and private, and then there's masturbatorily public. I mean, there's public, which is like unnecessarily shooting a camera up your fucking asshole and broadcasting it to the world. You have a sort of self-destructive thing, and that can be channeled into stuff that's exciting and alive. But like, I care about you beyond this thing. That was the most true statement I've ever heard from someone because I personally feel this way about a lot of retard. No, I don't call them retards, but reality stars. They love to. I feel like it gives like a lot of like narcissistic behavior. Like a lot of times when you look at celebrities who do these reality TV shows and stuff, they want to make this shit for virality. It's not just because I mean, for some people it's because I want to be relatable, but some of it is also because I need to make views. I need to make conversation. And I think that's what Jerrod is trying to do, is trying to make conversation. Like he obviously understands that having these tough conversations are tough conversations. And I think that's what he's trying to do. That's what he's exhibiting in this first episode is by having really awkward, weird conversations. So it's kind of giving me like he does want to show that um he's relatable and that he goes through the same shit that some of these regular degular people go through, even though he's not necessarily regular degular, he got money. He still wants people to be he wants to be relatable to the people. I understand that, especially to his fan base and people who fuck with him, and I get that, you know. Um, but yeah, I think what he did with this first episode, he started a lot of conversation, and I think one of the conversations that he started the most was um him liking white guys. I think that was like the trending topic on, you know, Twitter and TikTok where like you type in Jerrod Carmichael, the first thing comes up is that picture of with him and the guy with the guy's foot in his mouth and shit. Like that was the first thing I saw. And then like I started seeing all these things. And then the conversation with Tyler, which we're gonna talk about a little later within this review, which is like in a few minutes, I should say. And like um they had this whole conversation about him liking white men and how Tyler also likes white men, and that Tyler tweeted something out a few years ago, like 2017, something like that, where he was like, "I don't like black guys, or I don't fuck with black guys. I like white boys," or some shit like that, and like something about like white boys got this look. I didn't necessarily see the tweet, but I heard about it throughout Twitter, so I don't know if that's real. I want to say allegedly because I don't want to get sued. But that's what was being said. That was the dialogue that was going on. And I think that a lot of times this dialogue about black men liking white dudes is just so old. It's so 2000 late. Like I'm just tired of hearing about like I'm so tired about hearing it. And then I get it. I understand like when you do look at a lot of famous black gay people, like they are in the arms of white men. And I understand that. But like, what is wrong with finding someone who you could connect with on all cylinders outside of just being a black person? I think sometimes we don't look at it from that perspective. Like, and I'm not saying that you can't go out and find someone like that, but like, why should I, as a black man, look to somebody, oh, you're black, so that means we are compatible. It's not always like that. And I'm not saying that there isn't any black men out there that isn't compatible with him. I'm not saying that there isn't black nerds or there's not black weirdos or whatever, whatever. But like I think like sometimes it's so weird that people kind of like police other people's preferences, if that's the right word I want to say, because I think that's more so what it is. Like if Jerrod was making statements like, "Oh, fuck black men. I don't think black men are attractive," then that's weird, and I don't stand with that shit because that's 100% weird. And I don't know him enough to know if he ever said that out loud. But yeah, it's obvious that he likes white men, and that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think the other side of the coin is that a lot of y'all wasn't checking for this motherfucker like that. A lot of y'all motherfuckers don't know who Jerrod Carmichael is like that, or probably even like watches stand-ups. Because honestly, I feel like he kind of does cater to a white crowd. And I'm sorry to say that, Jerrod. This is no slight to you because you are funny as fuck. But I think that you have you have white comedy. If we want to keep it real, like you have comedy that a lot of white people can relate to. But as a black person who looks at comedy from all different ranges, I can say that I can relate to some of your comedy. I think you're funny as fuck. So I'm not saying that you aren't funny. I'm just saying that there's a likability within the people who gather around Jerrod Carmichael's stand-ups to me personally. Um so yeah, like I don't feel like I can go to the hood and be like, "Oh, did you watch that Jerrod Carmichael special, bro? Did you watch that?" Like I don't like. I'm gonna hear you somebody say that they saw the Mike Epps, you know, special before they saw yours, or fucking Cat Williams or something like way before yours. Shit, I'm just saying like that's what I'm gonna hear. So that's no disrespect. It's just that that's the likelihood of what happens. So for people to act like they just was so into Jerrod Carmichael before this, it's just like, girl, shut up. I'm tired of hearing all this shit. I'm tired of hearing this fucking conversation about black men dating white men. It's just getting so like so over it. And the reason why I'm over it is because it follows me too. Like being someone who lives in Portland, Oregon, that's all I get conversations about is like, oh, you only like white men, blah blah blah. And it's just like, motherfucker, that's all I see around me. That's all I see around me is white men. Like that's all I like. I'm not finna move to Atlanta to date somebody that's black. Like I'm not finna like you gonna move me to Atlanta. You gonna pay my bills and rent. You gonna help me find a job and get in a better career and live my life out, my rest of my life out in Atlanta. That's what you gonna do for me. Is that what you gonna do for me? Because I don't see myself doing that. Or to any state where there's just majority black. I don't see myself doing that. Like, yeah, Portland is like 2% black. Nah. Portland don't have that many black people, but we have enough black people here. And it's just like our gay community is like this. So like at the end of the day, our black gay community is like this. So like at the end of the day, it is what it is. Everybody's related to some degree. Like, girl, no. Don't have time for it. Anyways, and it was just that was some the conversations that I saw around this first episode. And then just the awkwardness of, you know, Tyler conversation. I want to play the last bit, which I will call part two, which is kind of weird. Here we go.
Is that I kind of felt like a distance between us. I have an idea of what it is, what I think is made it awkward. It's because I told you I have feelings for you, and we didn't talk about it ever. That was like weird. I don't know if it was just too awkward to talk about or too. I don't know. Like it's just like I feel like you left me hanging out there a little bit. Like when you said that, I think I replied with like something super mad, normal, regular, like. You laughed and called me stupid bitch. I did.
Tyler ain't shit.
Yeah, I did. I did. And I think I just like brushed it off. I know. Yeah. Getting news like that and then avoiding it is a way to avoid change. So you were avoiding? I never said that I wasn't. That was a lot to download. And now we're here. And I still don't know how to respond. Yeah.
That shit is so fucking crazy to me, y'all. Personally, more so to this motherfucking shit. You gotta go watch. You gotta go watch it. This motherfucker Tyler Creator ordered food and was eating food while this motherfucker Jerrod was just so drowning in his feelings and just hurt. And I'm like, yeah, personally, like, Gerard, you knew this was gonna happen. You knew this was gonna happen, and I think anybody that has been through the situation knew that this was gonna happen. Because sometimes we fall in love with people who are not in love with us. We get infatuated with folks that are not, you know, infatuated with us. It's not a two-way street, that they don't feel the same. And we get ourselves so stuck in trying to make these people feel the same about us the way that we feel about them, and that's not right. That's a you problem, and you probably should go to therapy and talk about this in therapy with your therapist and learn how to get over your feelings about this shit. Hopefully, now that this episode has aired, that it's not the same. Like, I'm hoping, or not. It's not the same. I want your relationship to be the same with Tyler, but I'm saying I'm hoping that the feelings that you are holding for him is not there anymore, because it's just not going to happen. And what happens is, a lot of times we'll sit back and replay these things over and over and over in our head, and that shit becomes toxic. It becomes very, very toxic, very toxic. And so, yeah, I don't. But at the same time, I feel like in this scene, it's like Gerard knew that he was gonna get hurt. Like, I'm hoping that he had the expectation of getting hurt, and that he didn't play this scenario off in his head that Tyler was just gonna make out with him right then and there on camera. Because no, even if he might just be, like, you can tell that he was kind of a little like awkward, but he's like, "This is my boy too, and I actually care about this dude, so I gotta like be nice on camera." Like, you kind of could tell, like, that's kind of what it was. Like, you kind of could tell. And so, like, yeah, I thought it was really fucking weird. I thought it was really, 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 really weird, bro. Um, but I have to say this too, is just I've been in that situation before. Like, just from a personal standpoint of looking at this, like, I've been in this situation before, and it's not quite like that, but it's like that. So I fell in love with one of my friends, and it was after the fact that I've always had this big secret crush on him. And so, like, one day he's like one of my close friends, and like we would talk about stuff, and then like one day we were talking and he told me some shit, and I was just like, whoa, like, he just opened up to me about his sexuality and this and that. And I was just like, I got super excited and was like, oh hell yeah. And we went out and had like fucking went to a late night Mexican spot here in Portland called Javier's, and we sat at the table and just chatted, talked about shit, and had a good conversation. He went home, and that's when the hot spicy shit happened. Like, he sent me shit and like little sexy photos and shit. And so I was like, oh man, like, I've been crushing on you for so long. The fact that this is happening, this is just like, this is everything for me. So I got caught up in it. And over months, recent months, we started going to the gym and hanging out and still flirting, still kind of flirting, left, teasing, I guess. And like, I can tell he was interested, because I can just tell by the way he was looking at me when we would be at the gym working out from time to time, shit like that. And then he just disappeared on me, like, for a while. Like, and he came back, and he used to be fucking fat, and then he got skinny. And so then, like, after that, bro, it was really weird. Like, we kind of started chatting again, and then here comes the flirting shit again. This time it kind of went to a step further where something could have happened, but it didn't happen because motherfucker got cold feet. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, so I'm mad in my feelings now, because like, I actually care about you outside of just wanting to smash. I like you, want to do things with you, and you teasing me. So yeah, I fell in love with trade. I fell in love with a piece of trade. How about that? And then when I like another time, I fell for it again on some stupid shit, you know. And this time I was like, fuck that shit. And I just blew up on him, because it was just like, how many times can I take this? Like, you're struggling with your sexuality, and it's just like, that's not my problem. That's not my shit. And because you care about somebody, I think sometimes when we are like wanting love so badly, or sometimes when we're bored, I feel that we just like don't give a fuck. Like, you know how some people be like, "Oh my god, self-care. I care about myself, my self-worth, or my yeah, my self-worth, my value. I love myself, right? And then when that motherfucker comes in and do you dirty and stump all over you and drag your heart through the fucking mud and all this stuff, all that self-care shit go right out the motherfucking window. It really does. And that's where you have to like have some type of self-check with yourself when that shit's happening. And it's easy to happen because sometimes we're not looking at the red flags. We're just like, oh, I want to be loved. I want to be fulfilled. I want this. I want that. And so, like, that's what it was for me. And then I had to be like, Dre, how the fuck is you gonna make somebody fall in love with you that don't even know themselves or scared to live their life and scared to, explore their own sexuality and be who they are? How the fuck are you gonna do that? How do you maintain a friendship with somebody who is allowing them who is fighting themselves because they really do like you like that and they do find you attractive and they're fighting tooth and nail to not be that way. They're fighting tooth and nail not to be that way because they're scared of how much their life is going to change and they think that their life is going to change in the most negative way possible. That's not your problem. That ain't none of your business. What Tablet Brown say? Tabitha Brown say? That ain't my business. That's not your business. So pull yourself out of that shit, Dre, and go about your way. And I had to learn that, and I miss my friend so much. I miss talking to him. I miss being able to be vulnerable with him because that was just somebody that I was able to be vulnerable with and talk shit through it a lot. But like I realized like this is not a good friendship. Like this is very toxic. Like it's very me pouring into you. It's never like, hey Dre, let's hang out today. Hey Dre, let's go do this. It's like you're avoiding it because you feel some type of way about me. And I get it. So that scene for me was very deep because I was that guy. I was that guy who spilled like my whole soul to this man about how I really liked him and cared about him and wanted to be with him and blah 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 this that. And he just didn't want that, or he just don't know what he wants. So yeah. If you guys watch it, I just want to say watch this show with an open heart. I think Jerrod Carmichael is a good person. He is one of those weird black gay guys. He's one of the girls, okay? And I think sometimes we have to have an open mind and have open space for real dialogue and understand and learn from each other. So I'm very excited about this show. I'm gonna do episode 2 as well after episode 2 comes out. Every week I'm gonna just do an episode for this until it's over. I really do like this reality show. I got hooked off episode 1, so I know I'm gonna like episode 2 and episode 3. I'm really like intrigued about his relationship with his father and mother, um, especially like being a black gay man and coming out to my parents. It wasn't easy, but my parents loved me. They cared about me, accepted me for being gay. So I don't know what it feels like necessarily to feel like that type of you know you know rejection from my parents about my sexuality. So I just want to watch that show and talk about it eventually. But this was my favorite episode so far. We'll see once the show continue on. But anyways, guys, this is the end of the review, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been like sharing, subscribing my YouTube page. So please make sure you click the subscribe button. Is it this way or should I do it this? Make sure you click the subscribe button. That is the most YouTuber shit to say. And also, make sure you subscribe to my podcast on Spotify, fucking Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Apple not Apple Music, but um Amazon Music. I'm on all of that shit. Just hit the link tree and you'll find everything that I'm on streaming. Just in case some of you guys don't want to watch podcast videos, um, you know, hit your boy. Like, please, you can still stream and listen to my shows. I really fuck with y'all. Just so you know, guys, this week I will not be dropping a podcast episode because I'm dropping this video right here. So, guys, if you have not listened to my episode with me and my boy Marco DePrince, episode 2, we're talking about the black gay experience from different perspectives, from different places in the world. He's in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta. I don't know Atlanta. He's in Atlanta, and I'm in Portland, Oregon, and we just had a good convo. And I think you guys should tune in and watch the show, or just listen to it on my streaming platforms as well. It's a really good show, and I think it's very insightful. Um, so tell me what you guys think. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I need to get my numbers up on here. So if you like this video, please give my video a thumbs up. Also, comment in the comment section below. I'm going to be very interactive with anybody who comments. So if you feel some type of way, go ahead and comment. Go ahead and tell me what you feel, because it is what it is, right? So I'll see you guys when this show come out. Peace.